From San Francisco to Oakland, the Warriors have a Western Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend home court here at the Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for Minnesota, Higgins outside at the 3 with Anthony Towns at the 4. Rubio and Levine teaming up in the backcourt. And it's Jang in at the 5, roaming the paint. Curry's shot is good. Well, you think about Stephen Curry, and your first thought is he's a remarkable three-point shooter. That's right. But he's not just a long-range threat.
Yeah, I see him as a shot maker, one of the league's top mid-range shooters off the pull-up, too, and he's a creative finisher. Floaters and backspin shots, English, high off the glass. Again, the best shot maker, I think, in the history of the game.
Now here's Curry after the miss from Karl Anthony Towns. The pass to Barnes. Just 5 on the clock. Thompson outside. Connects from three-point range. Thompson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And Curry, such a tremendous balance to his game. And he can square up on a dime to knock down shots. I mean, that's a focus also of his training. Doesn't do it with conventional pattern shooting drills. It's a lot of stuff to challenge his balance while he's on the move and shooting.
And stolen by Barnes. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Curry kicks to Thompson. Lets the 3 fly. No good. And Minnesota will come the other way.
And for Steph Curry, to me, that balance is remarkable. I mean, it used to be customary beyond the arc to fake a defender into the air and then step into a mid-range too, but Curry has introduced that more efficient sidestep for the wide open 3.
And he's able to get it back. Jacks up a 3. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. For Minnesota, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And it's Rubio penetrating. The Warriors pull it in.
They've had a cold start so far, just 1 of 5 from the floor here early.
Outside Curry. This is to Bogut. Towns with the steal. Levine passes to Rubio. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Dang. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Jang's got his first points of the game. The Warriors have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Curry kicks to Iguodala. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
You know, basketball can be a thing of beauty, and the Warriors show just how gorgeous ball movement can be last year. Every possession looked like a well-orchestrated concert. It was incredibly fun to watch. Not so much fun, probably, to coach against.
And he gets it to go. Levine's got his first basket of the night.
That's a nice drive there, Kevin. He beat the lone defender and was wide open under the hoop.
Outside Curry. Kicks it to Iguodala. Shot clock at 6. His 3-pointer's off the mark. Well, the Warriors did zip the ball around very well last year, Clark. They led the league, as Greg was just talking about, led the league in assists per game. It wasn't even close. Over 27 assists per game as a team.
Yeah, 28 times they had 30 or more assists. In 2014, the team that led in that category was the Spurs. They did it only 16 times.
Wow. Some changes for Golden State. Spates checked in for Bogut. Green comes in for Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for the Timberwolves. Muhammad comes in for Andrew Wiggins. Well, let's go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Sam Mitchell. Doris, what's the news?
A big factor in this game, he said, is how well they do to contain the young shooter Klay Thompson, saying Thompson can really give you trouble coming off screens. We got to have all-out energy fighting to stay on his hip, and then we need to pressure on the ball handler to try and delay the pass. Kevin, both jobs are hard.
Thanks again, Doris. Now here's Iguodala after the miss from Ricky Rubio. Let's go. No good off the front iron. The Timberwolves have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. He dishes it to Levine. And 1:01 left in the first. Over to the wing. Here's Towns. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Here's Livingston. Rubio with the rebound. The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Pekovic with a screen. And it's Rubio penetrating. A second chance effort, and Pekovic with the lay-in.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Here is Livingston. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Thompson in the corner. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. 15 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Levine. Feeds it to Muhammad. Here's Payne. And released. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his comfort stretching the floor. I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we're watching with the Timberwolves, guys.
You always like it when your team doesn't settle for outside shots, and that's been the case here early on.
Yeah, I agree with you. They've done a nice job, Greg, working it low and not taking the easy way out on offense, keeping that pressure on the defense by going inside.
On the court for Minnesota. Payne out there with Gorgui Dieng. Then it's Wiggins. Then there's Tayshaun Prince. And it's Muhammad in at the 1.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that. Well, you know, last season, Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
And the Warriors making a change here. Barnes is checked in, and then for Minnesota, Kevin Garnett is checked in for Payne, and Ricky Rubio subbed in for Muhammad. Greg, Steve Kerr did win over the locker room in a hurry last season. They had finished a successful run under Mark Jackson. Winning accelerates everything. They certainly bought into it.
They really did. And people don't often appreciate how difficult it is to come into a situation where expectations are that high. But he also went out of his way to empower his players and really give them some accountability. Didn't try to hide anyone on defense and played to the strengths of his team on the offensive end.
And Dieng drops them both. And for Gorgui Dieng, an intelligent guy with strong physical attributes, gigantic arm span, but extremely raw skill-wise.
Yeah, his game still needs plenty of polish on both ends of the floor, but I really felt like he took a huge leap last season, and he has the intensity along with that work ethic to continue to grow.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something. You're right. It's Thompson off the drive. The fadeaway. And the shot no good, a bit short.
You know, on the topic of Zhang, he did improve in practically every category in year 2. Offensively, though, he still looked a bit mechanical. And on defense, he still went for too many head fakes, but you've got to like his upside.
And talking about Gorgui Dieng, he recorded 22 points and 21 rebounds in the game his rookie season. Amazingly, it was the first ever 2020 game by a Timberwolves rookie. The Wolves, of course, once home to Kevin Garnett and Kevin Love, so that's pretty good company.
Curry's checked in for Ian Clark. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Towns, he's checked in for Gorgui Dieng. Minnesota with the ball. They've got an 8-0 run. Garnett, the screen. No good. So Golden State will take it the other way. Outside Curry. Fires for 3. And the officials call a traveling violation.
I tell you what, they've got a nice reservation for him over on the bench. If he keeps this up, 4th turnover already.
Spates checked in for Green. 13 feet away. And it's Wiggins missing.
You love the closeout on that possession.
Excellent defense, active, and he made it a very tough shot for him.
It's Curry outside, and that's going to be a travel. Andre Iguodala is checked in for the Warriors. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Curry against Rubio. They set the screen. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Golden State.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it. You know, when you're bad or struggling in the West, things can go south in a hurry. I mean, the Wolves ended with the worst record in the league last year at 16-66, and a lot of those losses came in their confidence.
The Warriors making a switch here. Livingston's checked in, and a change for the Timberwolves. Zach LaVine's checked in for Tayshaun Prince. And a wide-open look here for Wiggins. No good from outside.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
A one near Iguodala as he lets it go. Hits the jumper in space. Iguodala's got it back down to single digits for the Warriors. Last season, the Wolves did struggle in conference, as was expected. 7-45 against the rest of the Western Conference.
Listen, nothing harder in sports than learning how to win. And there's no doubt that Minnesota took a lot of lumps as a young team last season. 3 of those conference wins that you mentioned, though, did come against playoff teams. So there's that little silver lining of hope. Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Now, here's Spates. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. No good. So Minnesota will take it the other way. Here's LaVine. To the inside. Towns. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Oh, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah.
So Golden State will get the first possession. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Wiggins outside at the 3 with Anthony Towns at the 4. Rubio and LaVine teaming up in the backcourt. And it's Dieng in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. 5 to shoot. Here's Curry with the 3, and that's going to be a travel.
And what a first year it was for Steve Kerr and the Warriors. It was the best debut as a new coach ever. 67 wins. He also established a franchise win total in his first